Hi, good day, everyone. I hope that you are all doing well. I hope that you're keeping safe and you're adhering to the advisories that have been sent out by our government. Just want to remind you of a few stuff. Hope especially my pregnant mamas and my daddies, especially you guys. I hope that you are well. Let me just remind you about some stuff that I hope will help you in this time as we all aim to fight against COVID-19 and the effects, the impact that it is having on our nation and the world at large. So one of the first things I want to point out to you is that the healthcare professionals, they are not your enemy. So when you come to the health facilities, for example, and they're trying to ask you the necessary question and to get you in the where you want to go, etc. They'll ask questions, they'll try to get your name and your number, your address, whatever ways or means that the healthcare facility you visit do their thing, their triage thing. I'm going to ask that we just work with them so that we can all play our part to fight against this thing. All right, the next thing is there are certain things that you should not be coming into a healthcare facility, and in this case I'm referring to a health center specifically, or a clinic. You don't have to go to your clinic to make an appointment, just to make an appointment, especially if you have a baby. So for example, you missed a child's appointment, you don't have to go in. I encourage you to get the telephone number for the healthcare facility that you attend, right? Get the midwife's number, get the nurse number, whomever it is. Get their numbers so that you can call to make an appointment. As for me, whenever my clients call, my number is public knowledge. Well, I have a work number that's public knowledge to my clients. And when you call, I don't just go ahead and give you an appointment. I ensure that I ask specific questions. Like, for example, what date did you have baby? Did you have a normal birth or did you have a cesarean section? I want to know if you left the hospital with any medication or was any specific treatment or instructions rather given to you by your medical person when you left the hospital, stuff like that. So if you're going to call to make an appointment, ensure that you have credit on your phone, because in most instances, or in some instances, we don't have a landline, and so we might not be able to call you back. All right, so ensure that you have credit on your phone, but you can call in to make an appointment. Another thing, a client asked me this today and I was a bit confused, and she asked me if that she got a call. She said she got a call to say that she's not to come in tomorrow at a specific clinic that she goes to, and she's asking me what she must do. If someone calls you and said don't come in, it means that you're not to come in. That it's simple. It's that simple. And it might not seem like a lot now. Stay home, it might not seem like a lot, but you don't know, you might be saving your own life. You might be saving the life of your child or your children just by staying home. All right, one of the things that we are doing, at least the health facility that I work, one of the things that we do here is that we try to, instead of giving everyone the same appointment, like everyone coming at 8 o'clock, what we do is, like, you have those that comes in at 8, you have 10 o'clock, you have 11 o'clock, and you have 12 o'clock appointments. Do me a big no. Jesus. I don't know. If you get an 8 o'clock appointment, come 8 and don't come 12, because you defeat the purpose. You are part of the problem when you do that. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't have emergency or reasons why you come at that time. And there are exemptions. There are persons who obviously are going to be exempted. But you cannot, for example, you have a 12 o'clock appointment and you still show up here at 8 o'clock. for your 12 o'clock appointment, when what we're trying to do is to limit the amount of persons in the waiting area. Not only are we doing this again for the clients, the other clients that are waiting, but we're doing this especially when you have a child, when you're coming with your child and there is 10 mothers, for example, with 10 babies. So we try to split the appointment. Stick with that now. Try to understand. You understand? So it makes no sense. You get an appointment for a reason. Keep your appointment. I don't know how many of you know, but I'm a registered midwife by profession. That's what I do. Midwifery. And so all communities in Jamaica, at your clinic, once you're pregnant, once you have children who are given vaccines, them injection, they are usually seen by a midwife. All right, and so your midwife is the person who sees you at antenatal clinic, postnatal clinic after you have baby, the person who does the delivery. And in some communities, I hope to have more in my community, you also have midwives who do home birth. And of course, you hear it, and we have been hearing it for weeks now, but for some strange reason, people are afraid of them yard, it seems. Tana your yard. My thing always in promoting home birth is that knowing no better than yard. It's truly amazing the impact that staying at home and being relaxed, being in a more relaxed environment have on birth, on the birthing process. It's only in Jamaica that I don't see women relish the idea of staying at home and having your baby. However, I find that a lot of women, though, they will have their babies in the taxi, and that seems to be perfectly fine, and or they will stay at home and have the auntie, uncle, sister, cousin, dressmaker friend, or the nana do an home birth. But when we say to you, call your midwife, the professional, the individual that is trained to do this kind of thing, we suddenly become fearful. Well, can I tell you that there's no need to fear. Home births are free in Jamaica. The midwives who work in the public health system provide home birth for free. So you call one of them, any of your midwives, speak to them, ask them whether or not they do home birth. If they don't, they can find a midwife that lives in your community that probably do home birth in your area, in your community. So I'm going to ask that you take advantage of these things that are available at this time. Midwives do home visits. Of course, like I said, because of what is happening as it relates to the COVID-19, then that specific questions will have to be asked. Another thing that I don't want to happen in this season is that people will just call at last minute when you can't get no taxi, when the baby is right there to be born. That's when you're going to call your midwife. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to make prior arrangements, even if at the end of the day you decide that, okay, I'm not going to use my midwife, or I'm not going to have a home birth. I changed my mind. But you have to plan it. Plan that you're going to call your midwife. Plan ahead, right? It makes no sense you wait until last minute, until you can't get the driver or whatever to decide that, hey, I want to have a home birth. It doesn't work like that, because not everybody not everyone is qualified to have a home birth. There are certain things that must be done, must be in place, certain questions that we must ask you to ensure that you are one of those candidates for the home birth. All right, have yourself a wonderful day. God bless you, and I hope these tips help. Bye-bye.